Okay, take 7.78. We're continuing with equations and inequalities. John is having a new deck built. Oh man, I need a new deck. He paid $485 for the required materials, and he will pay his brother $25 an hour. Which table shows the relationship, blah, blah, blah. They just want to know which of these matches the equation you're going to create. So automatically, I know this is my starting point. That means that when x is 0, this is what my y value has to be. Okay, and because it says $25 an hour, I know that this is my rate, which means that's how I would be changing from hour to hour. Okay, so y equals, I know, again, 25 an hour means that that is what my x is attached to. And then again, my starting point is the 485. Now, starting point meaning, again, where my y touches, when my line touches my y-axis, or when my x is equal to 0. So let's look at what we've got here. When x is equal to 0, and in this case, they put h and c, which is a pain in my rear, but either way, no worries. Those are x's and y's. When x is 0, 485 is my y, so that might be it. But when x is 0, 510 is my y. That's clearly not right. 0 and 485, and then 0, 510. Okay, so we've eliminated two answers. Let's look and see which one has the correct rate of change, or because I already know my equation, I can plug in a number. I think I'm going to do that. Since the values for y when it's equal to 3 are different, I'm going to plug in the number 3. So it's 25 times 3 plus 485. 25 times 3 is 75. 75 plus 485. Pull to this, well, not pull to the side. 485 plus 75. 5 and 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 8 and 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 560. So it has to be this one. So letter H has to be right. That was fairly quick. Let's do the next question. Blah, 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 blah. This is what I need. My equation. Now, we talked about this the other day. The difference between an equation that's proportional and an equation that's not proportional is that anytime you have y equals something x plus or minus something else, this indicates that it's not proportional because this is my starting point. Now, this tells me there is no starting point other than 0, which is why they didn't write it in. So here, we're not starting at 0, 0, so that's not right. This one does start at 0, 0, this does not, and this one does. Okay, now, earlier I talked about the fact that the rate here, which is 8, would be more steep than like a small decimal number. So looking at the steepness of this line, this is super gradual. This is very, not an incline at all. This one has a very steep incline. This movement represents a rate of 8. So it has to be this one. My equation for this would have to be something like, I don't know, y equals, gosh, maybe 0.2x or something, like super tiny, maybe even smaller than that.